bienvenidos. Welcome back. As you guys can see from the title, today we're doing a get ready with me. I wanted to play with some new fun stuff with you guys, especially the Yucca palette. I did a whole swatch and comparison video on this palette of the palettes that I thought fit best with it. There's plenty more out there, and you could definitely dupe it if you do have these type of colors in your colección. So I just wanted to use it on camera. Today I'm just wearing a t-shirt. I have no idea where my kids got this shirt. I did not get this shirt. I did not buy this shirt. This must have been given to them when they went to a birthday party or something. I don't know, but it's a t-shirt kind of day. It is still cold out, you guys. I don't understand where the warm weather is. It's like June and it's still cold. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. So if you want to watch this kind of video, stay tuned. All right, the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is you're going to see a lot more Get Ready With Me's. I'm going to have different topics that I'm going to talk about as I do my Get Ready With Me's. But I wanted to take advantage in doing more Get Ready With Me's. One, because I have stories to tell. And two, I want to do a roundup of all of my foundations that I've purchased this year. And I want you guys to see them put on the face. So every Get Ready With Me that I'm going to do is going to be a different foundation, so you can actually see it from when I place it on my face to the end result. Obviously not the wear test, but at least you guys can get an idea, so when I rank them in the future, you know exactly what video you can reference back to see how I applied it, how it looked, so on and so forth. I thought that was the best way to do it because I don't have that luxury time to get on camera just to film me putting on my foundation, unless I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day to do that. It's hard, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So anything that I put on, I will be linking down below. I have to remember to do that more often because I do get asked what I'm wearing or what it is. So I promise that's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna link it. So I may forget to tell you what I'm using, but I will link everything in order of how I use it. So I'm gonna use my L'Oreal Perfect Base. This is almost done. I'm like scraping the edges, and I just like this to fill my lines and a little bit of texture that I have. I did go to the dermatologist because I still feel like I have texture in these areas, like all here and here. It's like the three, like even starting here, and I've taken things out of my routine. As you guys know, I bought all new complexion products, all new bases. So I don't think it's my makeup. I think it's something else. So she's thinking it's rosacea. I don't know what it could be, but I am on some creams to see if it fixes itself. So I actually did not get a chance to look. We'll see, because I still see, obviously it's going to take time, but we are working with, you know, our issues. I'm actually, speaking of that, I'm actually in the process to see if my insurance will cover an allergy test. Yet again, I already took an allergy test for like environmental allergies, and now this test is more so for chemical and ingredients in makeup and skincare and, you know, whatever you use on your face. So I'm in the process to see if my insurance will cover it, because I'm sure this is gonna, if the allergy test costs about $800 without insurance, I can only imagine how much this is gonna cost. And it's more of a rigorous test. I've never heard of this. This is something she suggested because, like I mentioned to you guys, I thought I was allergic to chemical sunscreen, and it may not be the case. So she just said, let's try to see if you really are, and we'll just rule out other ingredients, so that way you can avoid them if they are irritating your skin, even if it's just like skincare or a moisturizer or even a face wash. So I didn't know. And how this one works is far worse than an allergy test you get in an allergist, just so you know. Allergists, they'll either do one or two things. They'll do the blood work, and that way they'll know, or they do the skin one where they put liquids on your back, and you only sit there for like a good 30 to 45 minutes just to see if it irritates your skin, and then that way they see what affects you and what doesn't. Well, with this one, what they're going to do is, again, they're going to put patches on my back. They're going to tape them, and it has to sit on my skin for 3 days, you guys. 3 days. I cannot wet my back at all. She told me that I can't wash my hair. I'm sorry, doctor, you have never met a Hispanic who can make it work. I can wash my hair without having to be in the shower. And I'm sure most of you guys know that. She's like, oh, you can't wash your hair. You can only wash your armpits and your other lady parts in the sink. I'm like, lady, you are very, very first world, because I can take a nice quick bath and actually being in the bathtub without wetting my back. I got skills, you guys. I got skills. So I wasn't worried about that. I'm like, yeah, why you gonna wash my body? You know I'm gonna be scrubbing myself. I ain't that dirty. So it has to stay on my back for 3 days. I can't wet it. I can't expose it. Obviously, I have to wear loose clothing for 3 days. And then I go back, they take it off, and then they look at it. And then they'll determine what it is and if I am allergic to anything as far as ingredients and stuff, which I will appreciate because I would like to know. I don't think I'm allergic to much because not a lot of things irritate me. I really do think that the reason why this was all looking texturized was because of the coconut oil. I didn't realize that it was on my skin, because I did notice that another cream bronzer I had used years ago from Pure did the same thing. So I have a feeling it's coconut oil that's just clogging my pores, but why not? Why not give it a shot? Let's give it a shot. As far as the foundation, today I'm going to show you guys the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is like a medium to full coverage, like full coverage. I only use the smallest amount of this because, as you guys can see, I've used quite a bit of it. Like I'm already down to here. I've been testing this a lot. All my foundations I've been rotating a lot. It is a pump. So the best way that I have found this one works for me is applying it with my fingers. And the funny thing is if you ever read any of the NARS foundations that you get, if you see the directions on how to apply, they all state to apply them with your finger. They never state to apply them with a brush, sponge, or anything else but your fingers. And I've noticed that they're not wrong, because I don't like how this looks like when I apply with a brush or a sponge. It gives me texture that I don't have. It gives me texture down here. It gives me texture here. It just doesn't sit right. So I literally do one pump. Look how little that is. It's like, that's how small. I just rub it on my fingers and then I apply it where I want the most coverage. And I only use these two fingers because I don't want like my whole hands to get all dirty and stuff. So I put it on, and as you guys can see, it does work well. And then I go in with either a brush or a sponge to blend this out. I don't like any other way of applying it. I've noticed that it just gives me unnecessary texture that I do not have. It bunches up in areas that just don't look right. Don't look right. Other than that, I do like this one. It does last and it's beautiful. But if you don't want the look of foundation, you may not want this one, because this is not like a sheer tint or a moisturizing like kind of thing. I can't really wear this one in the wintertime on its own. I have to mix it with either a moisturizer or a tint because it's drying on my skin. Due to the fact that we don't have any, obviously, humidity in the area. But it's so pretty looking. See? It's very, very pretty looking. So when I apply it this way is when I like it the best. I don't like it onto a sponge. I don't like it with a brush. It just doesn't look right. I get like this weird looking texture all over my face. See? And it's not there. I don't see it at all. At all. See? And it will last all day. And if you want a little bit more coverage, you can do enough. And I like the fact that this pump pumps out small. It doesn't pump out a ton where you feel like you're overdoing it. It's just enough. So they did a good job in the whole entire setup of this. So just wanted to share that one with you guys. So anyway, that's where I am in my journey of my face. I'm not questioning her. Well, I shouldn't say I'm not questioning. I am questioning that, do I really have rosacea or not? But obviously there's different cases of it. I've always had redness here on my cheeks, but I think it's because as a kid, I never wore sunblock, obviously. My parents never encouraged that or shared that until I was an adult. That's when I decided to put on sunblock, because I did see a dermatologist in my 20s due to the redness here. And he just said, put on sunblock. And I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I've always done. So I don't know if it's gotten worse over time due to your hormonal changes, pregnancy, so on and so forth. But I'm going to trust my dermatologist. She's the expert. So I'll give her the 6 weeks that she told me to keep the ointments on. It's like a cream, and one cream that goes during the daytime and one cream that goes in the nighttime. So I put it on. It's nothing extreme, rigorous, painful, affecting so far. I obviously haven't seen much of a change, but obviously things take time. So I'm just going to roll with the punches and see what happens, what comes out of this all. So while we're here, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have known that I had a little issue on MERCARI. I rarely go on MERCARI or Poshmark to buy makeup and stuff, but there was this one specific thing that was requested of me, and obviously I'm very particular if I am going to buy secondhand makeup to make sure that it does look clean. It doesn't look like there's pan in it. I can't stand when people sell things that have pan in them. Like, just take it out and let the person enjoy the rest of the palette. Like, I don't know. It's just my thing. I don't like selling things with pan in it. I don't like buying things with pan in them. So, I was looking for something specific for someone because that's what they wanted, and it was a limited edition item that it's a recent thing. It wasn't something that was years ago. It was something recent, and they wanted it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get it for you. So I went on MERCARI because MERCARI, I was able to find it. I couldn't find it on Poshmark. So I went on MERCARI and I bid on it, and the seller accepted it. I said, okay, great, awesome, great, woohoo. So if you are not aware, after so many days, I think it's like 5 days, 4 to 5 days, MERCARI will reach out to the seller to remind them to ship, and then they'll send me a notice saying, we let them know to ship the item. And at that time, when you do hit the 5-day mark, what MERCARI will do is they will allow you to have access to a specific button. It won't be there in the beginning, but it'll be there after, I think it's 5 days, where you can cancel the order because obviously they want you to ship it out after a certain time or so on and so forth. So you do have the option of canceling your order. So I gave this person the benefit of the doubt, right? So I gave it to them for 7 days. 7 days, nothing. I messaged the person and said, hi, I'm wondering if you mailed this out yet. You know, if not, I am going to go ahead and cancel it. Well, here comes the 8th day. No response, no nothing. I hit the cancel button. So when you hit the cancel button, you want to request cancellation for this transaction, what MERCARI will do is they'll give the seller 24 hours to accept the cancel or to literally get off your butt and mail out what you're supposed to be doing. Well, this individual didn't do anything. So MERCARI ended up canceling the whole order. Let me know, yes, your request has been honored. We've reached out. They didn't reach us back. So you're getting a refund. Okay, great. So then I go ahead and have to find another seller with the same product. So here I am trying to still stay within that budget, because if I was able to get it for a certain price with someone else, I wanted to kind of get it around the same price with another person. I didn't want to, get stiffed. Find the second person. Here we are on the second person. This second person, I think I asked for like $2 off of it, because I got to consider I'm paying for shipping too. So I bid lower to be like $2 less. She goes ahead and accepts it. Okay, here we go. I'm like excited. All right, awesome. And when you have access to having a conversation with the buyer, so you have a chat with them privately. So if you need to, you have that option, right? So here I am. I purchased the item. Here we go again. 5 days go by, and MERCARI sends out a message saying they haven't shipped it. We've reached out to them. If you want to cancel, here's the cancel button, blah, blah, blah. So I said, you know what? I'm not going through this again. You didn't ship it out. I'm not going through this again. So I go ahead and hit the cancel button. No, I did not. I messaged the seller if I don't hear from you, hi, it's been 5 days. I haven't heard anything from you. No message, no telling me anything about like you're going to ship it out at a certain time, nothing. So I said, hi, if I don't hear from you, I'm assuming you're not going to sell this item. And I don't understand why individuals put things on for sale, but they're not on top of it. It drives me crazy. It's like going to a yard sale, putting everything out, but you're sitting inside your house and somebody's like, hello, I want to buy this. And you're sitting inside your house. Like, that's how I see it. So I sent her a message, nothing. It's the morning. By the afternoon, I said, screw it. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm just going to go find somebody else. Hit the cancel button. As soon as I hit the cancel button, all of a sudden, I get a message saying that this item has been shipped. All of a sudden. So she messages me and saying, oh, I just put it in the mail, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, she goes, I haven't been checking my MERCARI. And I messaged her back and I said, I don't understand because you haven't been checking it, but yet you were able to check it to accept my offer. I said, I'm sorry. I have moved on. I already found another person. I'm not accepting your package. I'm just going to tell the mailman I'm not accepting it and send it back to sender. That's what I was going to do because I wasn't going to take it and then not pay for it. I was like, nope, not doing this. And she had canceled the cancel transaction. So I told her, I was being honest with her. I said, I'm sorry, I already moved on. I had messaged you. I waited. I said, just to move on. And it wasn't me specifically wanting to cancel. MERCARI gave me that option at this point. So I took it because I already went through this one time. Well, this individual decided to tell me off, telling me, and I still have it saved, tell me off to tell me that how dare I, the post office is closed on the weekends. No, ma'am. The post office is closed on Sundays, not the whole weekend. So how is that my problem? 2, I work. Okay, we all work, but we still have options. 1, you could do it before or after work. 2, have somebody else mail it for you. Or 3, message me and tell me I work. I won't get to the post office till this day. That's a responsible person that runs a business, okay? Didn't get any of that. I message you, you don't respond. You respond by telling me I shipped it after I already hit the cancel button. Then she proceeds to tell me how I am disrespectful. I am so inconsiderate. How dare I request a lower price? And she was being so kind to me and accepting it for me. And then on top of that, I'm going to complain about it. So she literally, her problem became my problem because she couldn't get to the post office. She forgot. She doesn't get on the MERCARI website. Oh, okay, then why are you selling things if you're not going to put the time and effort into it? How is that my fault? So she tells me off, completely tells me off. I saved it. After she tells me off, she blocks me completely. Completely blocks me, refuses, won't even let me answer her back at all. So I said, oh, we want to play this game? Está bien, está bien. So I go ahead and I report it. I'm like, I report the messages to MERCARI. I don't answer back. I didn't get an opportunity. I literally send what she sent to me to them. I said, you know what? I don't want her to treat anybody else this way because if this is the way you want to do business, no, like this is ridiculous. Like I didn't ask for this. I gave you opportunities. You had opportunities to message me and tell me, I'm sorry, I won't get there till this day. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Open communication, you guys. Communication saves so much headache and so much assuming or of miscommunication. It just drives me. Just be honest and say I can't get there. Okay, fine. I would have understood. But you literally ignoring me and then just going ahead to just let it be until I canceled, then all of a sudden it's my fault. Like she literally went off on me and I was pissed. I was like, how dare she tell me that it's my fault? And then I hassled her down and she was so kind enough to accept it. So after I report her, I posted it on my Instagram and I was honest with you guys and I said, don't message her, don't tell her off, just be aware, because if she did it to me, she's going to do it to somebody else. Well, I look at her account. Anything she was selling is no longer there. She's no longer active. Like, all the stuff that she sold is still on there, but other than that, I can't see anything else. She took down the listing. Any other listing that she has had on there to sell, gone. So I don't know if MERCARI penalized her, or I don't know what, or she just chose to realize, hello, you are not in any right mind right now to sell anything. Like, you're busy, whatever the case may be. Maybe you shouldn't be selling stuff if you're not going to take the time and effort to put into it. So I finally found a third person. This person was exactly what I wanted. She messaged, I did it. She messaged me saying, thank you. I'm going to ship it out for you on Tuesday because Monday was a holiday. So I'm just letting you know that's when I'll put it on there. She messaged me when she shipped it. She messaged me thanking me. Like, I mean, she was open, honest. And this was an older individual. And I'm like, see, this younger generation, just sometimes I'm like, we are losing it with certain things. So needless to say, I did get the item. And it has been, thankfully it came on time because I needed it for this past weekend. So it came on time and I was able to get it. But just so you guys can think, like, whenever you do buy something off of these things, like, it's a business. Like, some people want to stick it to you, and then other people find every which way to blame others for their own lack of responsibility. And I can't stand that. If I'm at fault, I'm just like, yep, it was me. I never canceled right as soon. Like, she made it think like I canceled as soon as I hit the accept button or no. As a buyer, you don't have that option to cancel right away. You have to wait so many days. And then MERCARI tells you, all right, they haven't shipped it. You can cancel if you want without being penalized. So I don't understand where this woman was coming from, because I gave her the benefit of the doubt and I messaged her asking, like, yo, where my stuff? I paid for it. Hello. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. So exciting news, you guys, exciting news. So I don't know if anybody has ever heard of this. I did find out about this before Rona happened because it came to Philly. And I wanted to do it, but obviously it was in Philly and my kids were still tiny. Like, at the time I still had a baby. So I didn't do it, but this year we're going to do it, you guys. So if you ever heard, there's this event every June around the world, depending on what city hosts it. It's called the BLANC dinner. It's a dinner where everything is white. Tables, chairs, what you're wearing, centerpieces, your silverware, your shoes, accessories, tablecloth, you name it, it is white. It is white. This started back in Paris years ago. Okay, we're going to use this palette. Years and years ago, and it's just grown to be what it is now. And they've recently brought it to last year. They brought it to Atlantic City, which is one of the closest cities. I can go either to Philly or Atlantic City to do it. And I just figured, let's just go by the beach, shall we? So last year I wanted to do it. Mr. Man's like, I don't want to do it. I think that's boring. You know how men are. I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. So we did not go last year. My brother-in-law and his wife did, and I was kind of bummed because I really wanted to go. And it always happens in my birthday month, so I figured it's so much fun. The whole point of it is to experience it, because you have to bring everything. Let me explain this to you guys, because I know some of you guys are like, nope, not for me, and I get it, because you do. This type of event, they do not provide anything. What happens is you sign up to say you want to go. So what happens is that they have like table managers or something, I forget what they call them, where basically there's this one individual that has been doing this for a year, is in charge of like so many couples or tables, because every table has 2 people. So they're like your liaison. They're the ones that tell you all the details, instructions, what you need to bring, so on and so forth. So you need to provide everything. You need to bring the table. And it's specific measurements. You need to bring the chairs. They have to be white. I mean, everything has to be white. Tablecloth you have to bring. You have to bring your own food. You have to bring your own silverware, and it can't be plastic. You have to bring your own alcohol. You're allowed so much alcohol if you do want to bring alcohol. You can decorate your table with centerpieces. Some people bring exotic centerpieces. You don't have to. You do have to wear all white. You can't wear like jeans or Bermuda shorts. You gotta kind of dress up for the event. The catch is you only know the time of the event, but you do not know the location until about, I would say, an hour to a half hour before the event. That's the catch. So your table leader will message you and say, all right, guys, I just got notice it's at the boardwalk. Last year was on the boardwalk. So then we knew, or at the boardwalk. The problem is that you have, last year there was about 3,000 people that participated. So imagine 3,000 people trying to park in the same area to get to this location. That's the trouble. That's the part that I'm just like, oh Lord. If you don't get prime parking, you have to figure out a way to find parking and to get to your place hauling all this stuff. So this is where Mr. Man's like, oh, I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's the catch. You're going for more of the experience than you are for the actual dinner. So this is our first time, my brother-in-law and his wife's second time. So what they've explained to us, and I'm going to give you tips and tricks if you ever do this. And if you have done this, please give me tips and tricks because I need them too. I think I'm going to go with this shade right here, Flex. Just a little bit on the outer V. So we already purchased everything. We got a picnic basket that is white with all of our plates, cups, spoons, silver, anything that you would need for that night. I did order it on Amazon because there's no other place that I could find it. We ordered our table from Amazon. Our chairs, our brother-in-law, my brother-in-law has extra, so he's bringing 2 chairs for us that are already white. I bought the tablecloth at Walmart. We bought our outfits already. I decided to wear a jumpsuit, like a full-on suit instead of a dress, because knowing the beach, it's going to be windy. So anywhere where we're going to go, it's going to be windy, and I did not want to have to fuss with having to keep my dress down. I did bring flip-flops to walk in to the location because I'm not wearing heels walking and hauling all the stuff. So I did buy flip-flops just to have them for the walking point, and then I'll change my shoes. I did buy a handbag that is white, which I'm excited for. So I did buy that. Mr. Man bought himself a whole white outfit, linen material, which makes him feel comfortable because it's going to be airy, light, and not sweaty because he's going to be the one carrying most of the stuff. Thankfully, due to our kids' sporting events, we do have a wagon. And the wagon doesn't necessarily have to be all white because it's just to haul your stuff with you. So the wagon has big wheels, so then it's easy to carry everything. So we're obviously going to put all of our belongings in this wagon and just haul it. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. We're good with that. So our main concern is where we're going to park and what location are we going to? I'm going to use this shade right here all over the lid. So I'm actually very excited about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's, again, more of the experience. What we have been told is you can purchase food from this event and then they'll bring it to your table when you arrive if you so choose to do that. If not, you bring your own food, or you can actually order from a place and they deliver it to whatever location that you're at. The only problem is when you order, you don't know where to tell them to deliver it because you don't know yet. That's the thing. That's the thrill. That's the fun. You don't know yet. I am definitely going to be taking pictures and I'll post it on Instagram where we're at. So then you guys can see. I don't know if any of you guys will be participating. If I so happen to be there and you guys are there. I think it's going to be so much fun. I'm actually very excited about it. I'm just taking whatever's left on this to go to the bottom. I don't want it to be too smoky down here. But I am so excited for it. Mr. Man is starting to get excited. At first, he was really against it, but his brother convinced him, like, come on, dude, try it. It's fun. It's a different thing. And once you buy it, all the stuff the first year, you don't have to keep buying the stuff. So for next year, if we choose to do it, we already have the table. We already have the silverware. We already have a lot of it. And you can just change your outfit if you choose to, but you can still wear the same outfit. Who's watching you? It's over 3,000 people that participated last year. So they're anticipating to have that much or a little bit more, because now that it's being hosted again in the same city, it may grow because people realize like what it's all about. So I am very, very thrilled. So this year it's going to be me and Mr. Man, my brother-in-law and his wife, and then my brother-in-law's wife's brother and his wife. So it's going to be 6 of us sitting together. My in-laws wanted to go this year, but unfortunately they have a different trip planned, so they could not go this year. But I have a feeling next year they're going to participate, and I'm going to see if I can convince one of my sisters to do it with me next year too. So then it just keeps growing, and you have like your own group of people to do it, or friends, you know, that would want to do it. And it's a lot of fun because you can share your food. Like you can have people in charge of certain foods and stuff. So what I was told is that it's difficult to haul all this stuff and bring food. So what I was suggested to do is have a heavy dinner already before the event, because it starts at 5:30. So eat before you show up. Something heavy, something that's going to be your dinner, and bring snacks to the event. It's easier to carry. You're not starving. You're not eating food that's cold, because by the time that either they deliver it to you or you get to the place, it gets cold because you have nowhere to heat it up. So that's the trick that we were told, is just to eat heavy before we go, and then just bring dessert and snacks. So we're thinking of bringing like like, you know, one of those chartreuse spreads. We're thinking of bringing something like that, or crackers and things. And then for dessert, we'll just bring like a already made cake from a bakery or something, and then we just cut it, cupcakes, a fruit tart thing, whatever the case may be, we'll just bring that. And your whatever beverage choice you want. You don't have to bring alcohol, but they do limit the amount of alcohol per person. No hard liquor, obviously, because you don't want anybody drunk out there. But it's supposed to be a good time. It's from 5:30 to like 9, and the leaders have to stay to clean up till 11, I believe. And you do have to clean up after yourself too. So you bring everything and clean it up after yourself as well. But it's the experience. It's getting to know people. Last year, my brother-in-law said that he sat next to a couple who drove all the way from Connecticut to New Jersey to participate. So you get people from all over the place driving down to experience this. And I knew about it before Rona had hit, but obviously Rona hit and I forgot about it until last year, when it was the very first time that it was done in a city close to us. Because I believe in 2019 it was in Philly, but we at the time didn't have sitters, that, you know, small kids and stuff, so we didn't do it. But I'm excited because now this year we get to do it, and I get to experience this. And that's the whole point, is to experience something different. I like this too because it's a thing for Mr. Man and I to do. No kids. We get to just relax and have adult conversations and just chit chat and enjoy the night. And it depends on where we're at. We can enjoy the scenery as well. We have our suspicions of where it might be, but we don't know yet. So we're getting ready. I'm like, it's at the end of the month. It's the last weekend in June, I believe. I think. I can't remember the exact date of it's in the 20s. But so we're like already looking around, scoundering to see where we can park. So I'm just excited. I really, really am excited about it. I'll let you guys know. I'll post about it. I'll do my best to experience it, but at least get to share a little bit of it with you guys as well, just in case you guys want to participate in other cities that do it. I know New York does it. Paris does it. I believe even in Canada, there's a lot of places that do it in Canada. So if you are Canadian, I think that's where their headquarters is. And they just funnel from there. So that's it, you guys. This is my get ready with me for you guys today. I know it's a long one, but I had a lot to say. And these are going to be it from when I do them. So this is what the foundation looks like. See how pretty it is? It's really, really pretty, and it does wear nicely throughout the day. So I do like it. If you put on too much, you will look like cake face. So you got to be careful with that too. Don't put too much on your face. And this, look how pretty that is. Does it look like other palettes? Absolutely. This is why I tell you guys, shop your stash. You guys know I love the Natasha Denona palettes, so I always get them. But you can recreate this with so many different palettes. So I'll keep doing more looks with it so you guys can see. So thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used will be linked in the description box for your enjoyment. Thank you guys so much. More videos on the screen. Until then, peace out.